Welcome. Thank you so much for bearing with us. Slight system overload, but praise God, we are underway. So I want to formally welcome you. Thanks so much for your patience. God bless you. If you can hear me okay and see me okay, please write in the chat. Yes, hello, can hear you, can see you. Praise the Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, good. I can see some of you commenting in there. It's so helpful. Thank you so much. Okay, great. We're on. Some comments here for Charles as well. Okay, sound is good. Great. We have grace. Thank you, Edward. I think it said Edward. You're very patient. Well, God bless you. We are off to the races. We're getting started. So we are live. If you're ready for the session, type in the chat ready for me as well. Let me see those readies flooding in. I can see all the thumbs up. Someone said video choppy or voice out of sync, but others say can hear you and see you. So I think we're good. All right, wonderful. Thank you for your responses. The team have heard they were flying around the studio here. Buzzing like bees, but we're good. So we're going to dive into today's presentation. We've got our team that have got their eyes on the chat as well. And I'm so glad that you're with us. We're going to have a very, very powerful time. And I'm going to ask for your participation regularly. I'm going to ask for you to comment. I'm going to ask for you even in your own workstation, wherever you are, to speak words of life, speak words that are the words over your assignment, the words of your destiny, the words that the vision that you've seen in your heart and your mind, the things that God has put in your heart. Is so important to activate, to open the mouth, to make a good, godly, sound, pure, powerful declaration over your life. Everyone says, ready, 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 ready. It's better. Sound is better. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for this. God bless you. Yes, and thank you for being here as well. I had the most profound and amazing prophetic word over my life to raise a new breed of ministry and marketplace entrepreneur. And so we do this out of our assignment from God. So this is joy and life and adventure. And also we're a little nervous because there's just so much going on in the studio. But from me to you, a very, very warm welcome. I'm going to have a very, very detailed, very specific presentation for you today. Apostle Tomi is going to join us for some of our time today as well from Houston, Texas. I will be respecting and appreciating every minute of your time as well, which is why we're very, very specific on everything we're going to share. And I know that you're very busy people with very important things happening in your life as well. So we're going to get straight to the presentation here. By the way, how many people are coming in and joining us right now? Do we have a number of visible?
We'll have to check.
Okay, we'll have to check. The team's going to check in a minute, but I think it's quite a remarkable number. So the important thing is your transformation. The important thing is that you put your heart and your mind in a place for change. We just had a session with our VIPs, an hour session, and that was a time of instruction for the hour before this, and it was awesome. We had some great feedback. There was a bunch of homework already delegated, so I know that this main session as well is going to be incredible. I'm a devotee of learning, hearing from God, taking action, and I know you are as well. So over the next 5 days together, my goal is to make a big impact in some very specific ways. And let me set the scene. I want to provide you with a new level of confidence in what we're going to share. And that's why I'm so thrilled you're here live, because this is very much a impartation. It is obviously information is key, but it's not merely academic. It is an impartation. You're changed by being in the room, paying attention, hearing what the transformation that's going on within. It's very, very important. And the people you spend time with, the things that you do are what grow your confidence, as long as you're with the right people in the right room. So I want to provide you with a higher level of confidence that you'll carry from this day on for the rest of your life, in those areas where there's once uncertainty. My other objective is to give you a higher level of clarity, because the things that where we launch into a new season of our life or launch into a new assignment, it's very much a the transitional moment. The word I was looking for is the word's just escaped me. It'll come to me in a minute. It's not transitional. What's the word I'm looking for? Transformational? No, it's another one. It's gone. It's going to come back in a minute. But I want to give you more clarity where there was once confusion. And the third big objective for me is to unlock that true potential that God placed inside of you. And so I've used this phrase recently. I see it like grain in wood. And I like that description because God put it in you in a place where you can't miss it. You can't think, where do I go and find it? It's in you. And the unlocking of what God's put in you, that true potential in you, is how you're going to make a very, very powerful impact. And above all else, our main primary objective is to show you how to create a digital product. You are, over these next few days, epiphany, defining moment, pivotal, kairos, I love those phrases. You got me thinking now live on the spot. It will come back to me. I've been studying it in scripture and it's a specific word. But I'm also following my bullet points to stay on track, so we'll come back to that. But our primary objective, and this is the reason you're spending time with us, is to create a digital product. It's a digital product business that we will give you the tools, the steps, and make it plain how you can do that to create the business that will generate consistent income. And we want to make it so plain, which is why I'm urging you, really put yourself in a place of paying attention. We're in the multitasking economy, the multitasking culture. It doesn't serve us well. Make a space for your learning so that you can learn the step-by-step process, even if you have no previous experience. If you have no big audience, this is for you. If you have no advanced tech skills, this is for you. And we're going to dive into the meat of today's content here. And I'll just quickly explain how these sessions are going to work. I really want to emphasize to you that we've got our presentations made specifically layer by layer. We prepared these over the weeks, and we spent a lot of time, a lot of hours over the last several weeks. A couple of the guys on the team here showed up at church because with kind of bleary eyes the night before they were here till 2 a.m. In the studio. I was here just for a few hours on Saturday. They were here late and they still made it to church. God bless you. But we've spent a lot of time, a lot of energy on this so that each session, it'll be 60 to 90 minutes of core content. What makes it special also is at the end of each live session, for those of you that want to stay on a little bit longer, we'll stay on longer with you. For those of you that want to go deeper, we're going to go deeper with you. So we can have that, it's somewhat informal Q&A time. And myself and my COO will address specific questions. We're happy to address any concerns that come up during the presentation. And I want to let you know as well, my COO, Charles, he has personally launched dozens of digital products. He's taken the vision here from both our own products internally in Goshen and now clients we've taken on and launched them and scaled several to multiple 7 figures. So he's going to share his part, which is the behind the scenes insights. We're going to give you what we've learned. We're going to give you our tactical strategy. We're going to give you some super valuable resources, and there's more. This is not fluff. We're going to give you freebies that we don't share anywhere else. A couple other quick housekeeping things. The Q&A portion, that actually it gets cut out after we go live. It's only available to people that show up live each day. So I want you to know right after the Q&A, we'll be dropping a detailed workbook in there as well in our WhatsApp group. That's got exercises. That's how we hold your hand. It's got the action steps from today's session. And the thing about the workbooks, to make this is still some housekeeping, but let's do it quick and clear. The workbook is password protected. So you'll be able to get the password if you're here live, because we want you, the action takers, the ones devoted to being here, to get the workbook. So if you want access to that, you'll have to be here live. And we want you to have that value. We want you to have that as personalized coaching as we can make it, and those exclusive bonuses from us so that you have what we have, that you build what we've built, so you scale what we've scaled. And you want your daily workbook so that you can take action on what we teach every single day. So I hope that makes sense. That makes sense. Say capiche or yes or makes sense. And while you're saying capiche, and Abel put fire, and Tis puts something about dreaming, I want to let you know something also very crazy. We've got some prizes for you, some giveaways in this challenge, because we're making it fun, and we want to get you excited, give you an incentive to really focus. So here's some giveaways. Here's some craziness for you. We're going to give away 10 exclusive one-on-one strategy sessions that you'll have with me and my C-level team. We're going to give away 3 MacBook Pros. If anyone's interested in that, say aye, or just shout Mac. I don't know. We're going to give away 3 of those MacBook Pros. Maybe somebody out there needs a new MacBook Pro. Hallelujah. We're going to give away 2 iPads. I like iPads. I'm looking at my notes on an iPad right now. So we're going to give away 2 of those. So you've got every reason to invest in yourself, pay attention, make notes, and if you feel like a winner, put in the chat, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I couldn't resist. I don't know why. That's what the English say. So my objective, I hope I've set this up. Thank you for bearing with me. Context is everything. Focus is everything. Someone said, aye, 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 aye. Me. Strategy, aye, come on. Yes, I love this. Now, my objective is simple. I'm going to challenge you to launch your first profitable digital product in the next 5 days. And this is going to be an awesome time. Is Apostle ready, did you say? In the next few days, we are going to build it. We're going to build it together. We want to spend that quality time with you, and it's going to be amazing. So if that sounds like a great way to spend an hour each day, put hour of power. I tell you what, it just comes to me. It's the anointing. Threshold moment. That's the word. You're in a threshold moment. It came to me. Okay. I'm told that I need to move on. We've got Apostle Tommy joining us in the studio for the next few minutes of time, who's going to share the next section of valuable impartation, valuable teaching. This man is extremely a person of strategic alignment in my life, and I cannot tell you I can't speak highly enough of who this man means personally to me, and I really want you to receive him in a way where your heart is so receptive. Receive him as a messenger of God. Receive him as a great grace and a great gift to you. Please, please listen diligently. Take good notes. We're going to have a wonderful next session of our time with Apostle Tommy. So, team, if you're ready to bring him on.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Good to see you all. Thank you so much, Pastor Dan, for that introduction. It's great to be on here for this amazing challenge, and I hope all of you can hear me just fine. I believe you all can. This is going to be an awesome time of equipping, education, training, all the above. But I have the awesome privilege of setting this up and letting you all know why and what the Digital Launch Challenge is about. But before I do, I really want to spend a little bit of time because I hear a lot of you don't actually may not know who I am. My name is Tomi Arayami. And if you'll allow me for a few minutes, I'm just going to share a little bit about my family, myself, and then why we got started with Goshen, what Goshen is all about, what the Digital Launch Challenge is all about, and why we decided to do this. I'm going to try and share my screen. I hope I can do this. If I've never done this before, so give me grace here. Okay, window. All right, I'm here. I got it. So this picture here, I don't know how to slide over to that. Maybe the team can help me. How do I do it, team? I think I've added it to the screen. How do I switch to it? Okay, no, that's somebody else's slide. Okay, there you go. Thank you. So this picture here, these are my three boys. Okay, my jewels, my treasures. Um, the shorter one is Silas, the youngest. The middle one over there with the kind of teeth missing, that's Harvey, my middle child. And the other one is Perez. That's my no, Harvey's my oldest. Perez is my second child, the middle child, and he lives up to that middle child syndrome very, very well. I'm also a pastor, a leader. I'm an international speaker. I get the privilege of traveling the world. I preached in over 30 to 40 different nations, had the privilege of traveling. And this is really my why. My big why is that I get to preach the gospel all over the world in 30 different nations. And thirdly, I'm married to this beautiful human being. Her name is Tamar Arayami. She is my gem, my treasure, my jewel of 10 wonderful years. And we get the privilege of doing life and ministry and everything together. This is my best friend in this whole world. And by the way, just so you know, we got a fourth one on the way. And we did. We really tried for that girl, but didn't happen. We're having another boy, as God would have it. And some may say, well, you got to try again. And so I would say if I do try again and it doesn't work, then maybe some of you can offer babysitting as a part of trying to encourage me to do this. So this is our fourth boy that we're expecting by November. So keep us in your prayers. Also, I'm a best-selling author of a couple of different books. I think I've written over 30 books now. And, you know, the number one question I get asked the most out of everything else, above that being the pastor of this amazing congregation in Houston, Texas, the number one question I get asked the most is simply this: how do you possibly do all of this at the same time? And first of all, my first answer is simply grace. God's grace has been abundant towards me. I am truly the product of God's mercy and his grace. But if you want to know what my why is for finances, resources, it's this. It's that I get the privilege of getting to spend time with my family, but I also get to take whatever we have produced financially and give the majority of it back into the service of God. And the great news about that is we're now in a day where we don't have to, squeeze people dry and say, please give me an offering so I can pay off that next big crusade. It's literally about now we can train people, equip a generation to understand financial literacy and how to step into financial literacy for themselves so that they too can serve God. For me, that's the why of Goshen. If your why is to drive a car or have a super yacht somewhere, that's up to you. My why for you, and I have made up a why for you, is that each one of you could potentially step into a place where you are totally free to serve God with total liberty and no holds barred. Two things that I think are really important is, number one, I'm the product of God's grace. Number two, I am the product to some degree of my ability to take advantage of technology to help me get ahead. And I think at this place, a lot of people are very frustrated. It's like, how do I trust God and then have technology at the same time? Tell me, doesn't the Bible say some trust in horses and others in chariots and will trust in the name of the Lord? My goal here in this class is not to tell you to replace technology. I don't think that's any of our goal with Apostle Dan and with Charles, our COO. I don't think any of our goal is to tell any of you replace God with technology. Our goal is actually to teach you that technology is an instrumental, pivotal, and critical part of God's ability to advance you financially, spiritually, and of course, all of it for the sake of his kingdom advancement. Just because we didn't have AI back when Jesus was around doesn't mean we didn't have technology. Scrolls that wrote the Bible are called technology. Noah built an ark. That ark was a piece of technology. David had a sling stone. That sling was technology. I'm sure, I am absolutely positive that if David had a gun like we have today, he probably wouldn't have opted for reloading a slingshot. He probably would have picked up a gun. And then it would have been said, instead of it saying that David delivered Israel with a slingshot and stone, it would have said David delivered Israel with I don't know the names of guns. I'm British. I'm sorry, with a handgun, a Glock. There you go. David's sling stone was technology. And the Bible says God delivered Israel with that sling. Moses' staff, again, was technology. It parted seas, struck rocks. It turned into a whole snake. The printing press, how many remember that, is technology. With that technology, the Protestant movement that many of us are a part of today got started because somebody with a revolution grabbed a hold of a revolution to bring about a transformation. Let me say that one more time for the people at the back. Someone with a revelation grabbed a hold of a revolution to lead a nation and the world into a transformation. And that's really what this is about. It's not coincidence, it's divine incidence that anytime God brings a new revelation, there is always a new revolution, a technology, an industrial change. Something happens. And with that revelation and revolution, there's always an advancement of transformation. God gives us the ability to obey him at a much faster speed. And just think about this. There's not a single revolutionary that God didn't send with some form of technology. So think about this, that the printing press was technology. Without it, we'd all still be Catholic. Nothing wrong with Catholics. I was a Catholic. But there would be no Protestant Reformation. We could safely say that there would be no Protestant Reformation without the printing press. We can safely say that there would be no humanity without the ark. Noah's Ark was the technology that saved humanity. Of course, it was God's grace because Noah didn't have the naval ability. He wasn't skilled in what do you call it? Riding ships, steering ships. I don't know, navigating ships, driving ships. I don't know what to call it. He wasn't trained in that. He had no naval training. It was grace that helped him build the technology to safeguard a generation. So no Bible in your hands today would it not be for scrolls. Technology has always been God's way of supporting his assignment in our lives, not replacing his assignment in our lives. So a little bit about me. I was born in the days when phones had those little curly cords around it. Don't know if you remember that. And actually, I still remember when you have to kind of ring somebody by, I don't know if anybody remembers it, but you turn a thing around and back and keep turning. That was kind of my age, okay? Then came MSN Messenger, talking to people across oceans without leaving your bedroom. And every new technology always introduces, I think, for most Christians, a fear first mentality. So when I studied technology, and I sat down to look at it because God really made me interested in it when I started to realize technology has existed from the beginning of time up until now. And you're talking about the day I was born in was the day where I don't know if you remember when you had dial-up connection. You know, it sounded like your internet was possessed. It would just start manifesting demons, and kids don't know about that today. But when I studied technology, I discovered that there is the fastest growing online industry today. So, how many of you want to tell me what you think the fastest growing online industry is today? It's not education. I'd love to say it's Christianity, and I'd love to say it's business. The fastest growing online industry today. Some said AT&T, no. AOL, no. Oh, you're talking about different messengers. I just get it. I just got it. You're a bit far behind. Okay, let me just say it for the sake of time. So I only got a few minutes left. The fastest growing industry today is unfortunately pornography. Every time new technology comes out, the reason pornography is the fastest growing industry today is because they are early adopters. It's what we call first movers advantage. Early adopters always achieve largest majority share. And that's what I want to get you on today. I don't want to get you on information. I don't want to get you bogged down with stuff that you just have no idea how you're going to get there. I want to get you bogged into first movers advantage. It was the founder of Virgin Airlines, Richard Branson, that said, when life presents you an opportunity that you have no idea about, say yes and figure it out later. That has lived with me ever since. But whilst the church is debating if the devil's in technology, the porn industry always adopts it immediately. Printing press, they adopted it. Radio, they adopted it. Television, whilst many of us are still calling television the eye of the devil. Guess what? They adopted it. Digital cameras, mobile phones, they adopted it. Porn has adopted every technology. And now, unfortunately, porn is inundating many of our children with AI girlfriends and sexual robots. Meanwhile, the church is still arguing whether television is the eye of the devil. Evil never hesitates to adopt technology. So, my question today is not, do you understand AI? That's not the challenge. My question is, are you ready to move faster? Because the marketplace, one thing I've learned about the marketplace is it does not reward those who get there best. It rewards those who get there first. Everyone who gets there first always wins the battle. So here's a little bit more about my story, then I'm going to hand you right back to Apostle Dan. So YouTube was founded in 2005, and many people don't know actually what founded it. I still remember, because I was a young man when I remember Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. I don't know if you remember this in the 90s. They were singing on a stage, and then there was this arguable stunt about whether or not it was real that Justin Timberlake exposed Janet Jackson's body parts on the concert stage. And then somehow Janet Jackson managed to pay all these people to erase the video from the internet, which was still very early back then. But this group of 7 young tech people who worked for a company really wanted to find that video. They couldn't find it. So they started this kind of video space, and the purpose of this video space was to upload Janet Jackson's video and show it to the world. And that video space became known as YouTube, sold for billions of dollars to Google, making these people very rich. Now, at this time, I'm going to be honest with you, I was still arguing with whether or not Facebook was the devil, let alone YouTube coming along and completely making me think, oh my goodness, this is moving too fast. What do we do here? You know, my Christian mind was looking for the devil in everything. But the founders built YouTube just to host one video. And then they ended up selling it for billions of dollars later on to Google. I thought to myself, how could I join a site that was founded in the name of releasing a semi-pornographic video of a famous celebrity? But without YouTube, the grace on my life would have stayed hidden. nobody would have known I existed, because back then, prophets, it wasn't cool to be a prophet. It's still not cool, to be a prophet. You sound like you have a mental illness when you start telling people God speaks to me. But I decided early that I was going to share this message, and no television would have me on their airtime, maybe only one. And then YouTube comes along, and I remember I posted my first video, and this is my first video, by the way. Awkward. I had to dig it up in the archive space, and you can see here 631 views 16 years ago. And this is a very young Tomi Arayemi, preaching because nobody told me I couldn't. And I was thinking I was some kind of bishop or next archbishop, and it looks like I'm still wearing what I'm wearing today. I promise you, they're different clothes. I probably don't fit in those clothes anymore. But that was me. That was how we started, literally from the bottom. And so I started this YouTube channel, 631 views, and I thought I made it. Oh my goodness! And now today, I am doing videos, and my channel grew to 100,000 subscribers during COVID, 2.4 million views on some of my videos, up to 1 to 2 million views on some of my videos, all because I decided to take a hold of technology and take advantage of something that was founded in the name of something dark. I have to tell you that. Okay. So that single yes led to my ministry now reaching 5 continents, having 1 million views every single month on my channel, with over 387 or so thousand subscribers, almost 400,000 subscribers, more than most mainstream television channels, I might add. In 2024, the Lord spoke to me very clearly, and he said, we are standing at a new printing press era, and it's called AI. A fourth industrial revolution. We are right there right now. And either you use the tool, the Lord told me, or you become the tool. But this will be the hardest technology for my church to wield. Because like Moses' staff, and this is what the Lord told me, like Moses' staff, it can turn into a serpent. Right? The truth is, technology has snakes in it. Television has a snake in it. The internet had a snake in it. YouTube had a snake in it. And if all you see is the serpent in the staff, you won't see the staff of authority. You'll just keep seeing the serpent, right? And you'll say, I'm not touching that. The Antichrist is in it, right? We are at the cusp of that. And this is what the Lord told me, okay? The Lord told me, like Moses, it has a serpent in it. But look at Exodus chapter 4, verse 4, and read it in your own time. It says, the Lord said, reach out your hand and take it by the tail. So Moses reached out his hand and took hold of the snake, and it turned back into a staff in his hand. Listen, the Spirit of God spoke to me about this, and he says, AI can either be your snake or it can be your staff. But I'm going to teach a generation how to grab these technologies by the tail so that the head of it doesn't bite you. Did you hear that? I hope you all got that. But if you let God show you how to grab it by the tail, this becomes a staff and not your serpent. For many people, the mobile phone has become their serpent. It's bit them. It's led to pornography. For some of us, it's become our staff. It's become the thing that we preach the gospel around. AI is the same thing. This is a new, it's a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and it can either become your staff or it can become your serpent. Our goal with Apostle Dan, with our team, is to teach you how to grab it by the tail. Every technology has a snake in it. The goal is to not get bitten, and certainly to not get poisoned. Now, here's my confession. I knew nothing about AI. Like Noah, with no background in shipbuilding, I had no background in technology. But with grace comes acceleration. With just a yes comes everything you need to know to step into this thing. And suddenly I could learn it fast enough to teach others. And the Lord said to me, now my assignment is to teach people how to not fear the snake, but to grab it by the tail. And that's why I'm here. Not to tell you AI won't ever try to bite you, not to tell you that one day it won't become a big beast that will take over humanity. But my goal is to teach you how to use it before it uses you. I started as a poor preacher who could barely pay the rent for a meeting space. Today, by God's grace, we're preaching the gospel on 5 continents, hosting conferences that pay for themselves, and training prophets and apostles across the nations. And it all started because I said yes to a tool that I didn't understand. I'm not promising you AI won't one day take over the world. Certainly not. What I'm promising is this, that my team and I are here to teach you how to grab this by the tail. And probably one of my most favorite moments is that this meeting in Colombia that we were able to do. And of course, meetings cost money. Of course, conferences cost money. These are the very real things. This is 30,000 people gathered in a stadium event in Colombia. And we were able to say our finances helped in that. We didn't take an offering after we were done. We didn't take a seed. We simply sowed into a nation. That's my why. I want that to be your why as well. Advance the kingdom of God with your finances. All right, that's me done. I'm going to hand back to Apostle Dan. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Thank you so, so much. Perfect. Grab the snake by the tail. Okay, just checking. Did we switch cameras? Are we good? We're back? Wonderful. Okay, beautiful. Well, as I mentioned, and Apostle Tomi, thank you so much for your impartation. You can see the comments here. There's so much of an impartation here, so eagerly received by our listeners and by our students. So thank you. God bless you. Apostle Tomi's challenged me a number of times greatly. Grab the snake by the tail, break the rules, have dominion, rewrite the program. And so what we've done for you here is each section, I know there'll be some repetition. I know we're going to have some fun. We're marketers. We're giving away MacBooks and iPads. But every piece has been put together for your transformation. We intend to get through these 5 days and make sure it's been a very, very powerful investment for you. So we're going to move straight on. Everyone take a deep cleansing breath. Everyone shout a hallelujah. If you do a praise break, 10 seconds up off your chair or praise the Lord in the chair. But we're moving on to something very important. And the next important piece of business that I want to impart to you is to explain something very important in how the world is changing now, further to what Apostle Tomi shared, how it's specifically changing and how it's changing fast in a way that affects you. What do I mean? Well, the way that people are consuming information and products is changing. And as a result, the way we do business has to change as well. We are entering what researchers are calling the non-expert economy. I'll say it again, the non-expert economy. This is a very, very key point at the very, very outset of our 5 days. If you understand the term, put it in the chat, non-expert economy. These are everyday people, many of them very kingdom-minded individuals like you and I, taking advantage of a shift to create income streams that truly rival what doctors and lawyers make. And even though they're not necessarily experts in those traditional fields. And so you're here looking to start an online business that aligns with your values, serves others. And so that's why I want you to capture this revelation. And I'm about to show you how you can take advantage of this non-expert economy. I want to show you how to start this business with virtually no startup capital that can generate consistent monthly income. And I mean consistent. I mean something that is a system. You don't have a business if it's not a system. Let me be very crystal clear with the expectations over these 5 days. I don't want you to quit your job. I don't want you to think you're going to become a millionaire, but just by clicking your fingers, just overnight. And you're not going to hit that $10,000 a month just simply by the end of this week, just cheaply, as it were, because if you're expecting somebody to tell you can cut corners, that's not us. I can't help you. Honestly, you can disconnect from the stream. What I will show you is a realistic and faith-based approach so that you can step into the digital product business. You'll be able in these 5 days to dip your toes in the water, risk-free virtually, and start building something significant before this big industry wave hits. So please, I'm not the advisor to say just quit your job, quit school, quit whatever is helping you pay the bills, burn the bridges. I'm not giving you that advice, not at this stage. You've got families and responsibilities. But as someone getting started, I want you to be able to take the next essential steps in the digital product space. And I want you to do it in a way where you can continue in your current schedule, but bring in that extra income. And you can bring in those additional flows of income. So that way, even if you're working full-time or you're managing a household, you can build something significant without risking the family's security, so to speak. So my objective for you right now is not to make $1 million overnight, not right now, but I'm here to get you to do your first sale. And I mean that because this is mindset, this is strategy. I want you to get confident. I want you to make one sale. That's it. Because what I've learned in we've helped thousands of people start businesses. What I've learned is this: the person that makes one sale of one digital product, they make one and they go on to sell 10 units. And the person that sells 10 goes on to sell 100. So you know where I'm going. You sell 100, you can then sell 1,000. And then every person I've met who made their first sale, they just simply went on to build on that confidence and make more sales. That's how it works. Now, I also know plenty of people who never made their first sale and they're still stuck in the maybe I'll do it someday thing. And I don't want you to have that. So we're being intensely practical here. And I want you to succeed, and I want you to know this principle. You'll succeed by taking that first step. Is that fair enough? That's the crucial confidence-building step we're going to do together and build that business for you that way that honors God. So we're going to take all the confusion out of it and put together a simple plan for your first digital product so you get your first sale as soon as possible. And you can call me up, call up your friend, call up your auntie, and say, I made my first Wi-Fi dollars online. And so the question that I'm putting to you is it possible to risk practically nothing and yet still create an online income, do it in a way that honors God and serves others well? I believe the answer, this is a rhetorical question, I believe the answer is yes, and A to the men. Yes, amen, and the amen, amen, and all God's people said amen. And that's exactly what I want to show you today. Now, I'm going to move on here quickly. I want to address what some of you are thinking about, because I told you I'm not sugarcoating and I'm not flattering. We're going to be specific. Some of you are thinking and you're studying, and we've been paying attention to the answers you've been giving in our surveys. And how many of you, genuine question, how many of you joined this challenge, and when you thought of AI, you were still thinking a little bit, oh no, I'm not sure about AI. Literally drop in the chat, that's me, or oh no, I literally genuinely want to know if you've got a concern there, because I want to make sure, yes, some of you are saying yes, that's a concern. So that's completely understandable. And I know you'd say that because we've studied you before this event. We discovered many of you have a legitimate concern about AI. And we're going to deal with that. And we've read your surveys. You've been thinking, is AI safe? Is it biblical? Some of you were thinking, you gave us your answers. I can barely figure out my smartphone, and now you want me to use AI. So we want to meet you right where you are. And we also read, others of you are wondering, well, if I use AI to create something, is it really mine? Or am I actually cheating? Good questions. We're going to deal with it. They're all valid concerns. We're going to deal with it head on. Now, let's address that in our next portion here. What is AI really? I want you to think about it with me. Think of AI like having a very smart research assistant that works for you 24/7, but it's on your computer or on your phone. You don't have to be a tech person to use it, and it's actually much simpler than most of us think. It's like asking Google a question, except instead of just showing you websites the way Google does, you know how it does line upon line, this assistant can actually help you organize information. It doesn't just give you a bunch of websites like Google. This AI assistant will write things for you. It'll explain complex topics in simple terms. The pace of advancement's very rapid. But here's what I want you to please understand AI is not. It's not going to replace your creativity, for those of you worried about that. It's actually amplifying it. AI is not going to do the thinking for you. It's going to help you organize the thoughts of your mind. And it's definitely not a scary robot. I'm not saying it may not get scary in the future, but it's a tool that I want you to handle in a redemptive way, like you do a calculator or a word processor. What AI is going to be for you in these days is going to be a research assistant that never sleeps. It's going to be that writing helper that helps you organize your thoughts, and it will brainstorm. It's a brainstorming partner, and it'll help you see possibilities. And as believers, I want to urge you, this is for you to redeem. God gave us minds to think. He gave us creativity. Charles was referring to this in our VIP session. And this is a tool for you to build. Throughout history, believers have used tools. Apostle Tommy referred to the printing press to spread the gospel. The internet, I remember the days of the dial-up, and that has helped us connect together. It should be used for righteousness. And so we are going to leverage AI as a tool. And the question isn't whether we should, it's how. And that's what I'm going to show you. So when we use AI, we're helping organize our God-given experience into something that serves others. And this is going to bring your product to market. It's going to help you speed it up so your research is faster. AI is a learning language model, so it has this ability to gather very specific information and research for you so that you can actually spend time helping people. And it's going to make that knowledge accessible, and we'll show you the steps. Now, the key thing about our audience here today that I want to address, we studied over 35,000 of you that filled out surveys, filled out forms, and we discovered many of you have experienced significant life transitions. If you have been through things in life, things that are important shifts, big circumstances, type in life. I know every one of you is going to type in. You've overcome challenges. And I want you to think about, as I speak of it right now, I want you to think of the challenges of your life. We know from your surveys, a lot of you gained so much wisdom that we can see the things you learned are the things that people desperately need. And here's what you told us in your applications. You said you feel like you have something valuable to share. I know that much about you. But you also said you don't know how to package it or how to get it to people that need it. You said you're not looking to become the next big influencer or the next big, sort of Tony Robbins type. You simply said you want to take your hard-earned wisdom that you've gained through life and turn it into something that can serve others. This is exactly in my work with Apostle Tommy. He encouraged me, take what I learned in real estate. Can one of you put my iPad back on so I can see my notes? Take what I learned in real estate, thank you so much, and actually sit down in front of a camera and record it. And so I did that. I went upstairs in my upstairs living room. I put a camera in front. The lighting was meh. And I recorded my bullet points step by step. I gave you my lessons of heartache. I gave you my lessons of my hard earned, hard-won lessons of how God was digging out fear, how God showed, if you had told me and said, Dan, you have areas of your life where you have a low view of self, I would have told you you're crazy. If you had told me, Dan, you have areas of your life where there's fear, I would have told you you're crazy. But in the midst of those challenges and trials, God was digging those up, and I worked through fear. I know I seem like a pretty put together, good looking, handsome, thanks for noticing, smart guy. But as God walked me through those seasons, I'd sit in my car and I would release the emotion and I'd sob. My wife and I, over these 3 days, walked this little walk here in Orange County around Balboa Island. And I poured my heart out and she helped me and I sobbed. Because the hard-won lessons of parenting and of business and of the illustration I'm mentioning to you is real estate, those are the ones that I've been able to package and put together because they're mine. And what I put together in video and I put together in a guide, in a workbook, is just simply in a free Google Doc, are the very things that I've been able to give to others that have brought massive blessing, massive breakthrough, massive just relief to people that have studied them, that have enjoyed them, that have just done their own homework. And so what I'm telling you is the place you suffered, this is the place where you're going to bring a solution to other people in the marketplace. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for fixing my notes. So it's those experiences that are going to serve others, and you're going to use AI to actually put them together in a way where they're profoundly meaningful. And we studied these specific things that you shared with us, where you struggled, where you worked through the darkness, and you came through alive. You overcame, and you gained wisdom. This is the stuff you don't get by doing a certificate, a degree, a master's. And God bless you, those of you. I studied business. I went to theology school. I'm just saying the educational industry has massively lagged behind because every day regular normal people like you and I are sharing. This is where it did break me. And this is where I wept and cried. And this is where I got a bit of instruction, a bit of mentorship, and I've lived to tell the tale. And people find that so intensely meaningful, and you just need to package it. And in the great words of the great Seth Godin, a marketer, don't think he's a Christian, but smart guy, you're going to ship it. So you're not looking at becoming that next, as I say, Tony Robbins. You're looking at actually putting that together into a digital product, and that's why AI is a gift. So I hope I've convinced you. I hope you have at least some appreciation of AI. If you do, type in the chat AI, type in I'm in, type in let's go, and we are going to create this digital product together. Now, in the past, you would have needed, I want you to place a high level of value on this. In the past, you would have needed a team of researchers to put together your digital product. You would have needed professional writers, graphic designers, web developers. I remember first trying to learn WordPress, and I learned I made some websites for churches. It took me hours and hours, and it took a lot of time. You would have needed in the past not just your WordPress and website people, you would have needed marketing experts, and it truly would have cost tens of thousands of dollars, and it would have taken many, many months. And I already know that you know where I'm going with this. Now, with AI and some guidance, you can research and organize your topic in hours, what would have taken weeks. You can actually create professional-looking materials without hiring designers. This morning, I gave my notes to one of our team members, Sean, and he used this phenomenal app called Gamma, and he put it in, and within less than an hour, he had, I can't remember how many, 30 to 60 slides, somewhere there, slides of what we needed. It is truly the dawn of a new digital era. And so this idea of you becoming accustomed to packaging your wisdom in a way that serves people powerfully is incredibly valuable to the marketplace. And it truly is your income for the future. And you're going to be doing this truly in your pajamas or your slippers from your kitchen table. And what makes it even more exciting is while most people, this intimidation of AI is a very real thing. While they're very concerned about it, you and I have the opportunity to be actually among the first. Apostle Tommy mentioned the early adopters. You're positioned here. So this is why my explanations, a little bit of history, a little bit of understanding the non-expert economy, a little bit of giving you some of our own research. This is framing your thinking. While others are hesitating, you're the pioneer who's building. I'm letting you know the things you build now, they're going to multiply. And the beautiful thing is the things that you create, people don't actually buy them because of the fancy technology. They buy them because of the life experience. They buy them because of the wisdom and the transformation. Didn't you just recently most likely go to YouTube to just look at how you fix something, how you fix that quirky, strange light bulb, on your Toyota, how, what's that noise your washing machine is making? What's going on with my food dispenser? You just went to YouTube for it. That's exactly what people hunger for. Just give me the next step. Just show me something. You're ahead of me. Show me. Your life experience is your expertise. Your struggles and victories are valuable. Type in the chat, I'm valuable. Take action. I love it how T said, I'm a pioneer. Your perspective matters. And so you are in this session taking on the understanding that this is you and I at the dawn of a digital era. And we're going to be the first, the pioneers taking action. This is a perfect time in history for people like you and I to build digital business. It's an opportune moment. When I was searching in my brain for that term, threshold moment, somebody said Kairos moment. That's what it is. It's an opportune God moment. And it's you using the framework to take your life experience and put it into a digital product. It's an incredible moment. I love your comments here. I'm valuable. I want to activate your voice, activate your pen, as it were. Now, you're also going to see that this is not about becoming someone you're not. It's about becoming fully who God made you to be. And if I could just jump into your living room or your office and in the most loving, kind way I know how, just grab your shirt. I might rip a button or two or tear your collar, but just shake you and say, you are heaven's technology on the earth to bring the goodness of God into the darkness of your generation. I would leap through the Zoom and the Wi-Fi and just shake you in the most loving and somewhat aggressive way I could, because this isn't you becoming me, and I don't have to become you. It's about you becoming fully who God made you to be. And may all that's within you awaken. I love the Isaiah 60 passage, arise and shine. The glory of God has risen upon you. And I also want to address a little bit of an elephant, not little, a big elephant in the room. You're going to be asking also, I know, why would I be spending all this time and energy showing you this for free? Here's the catch. I want to be completely transparent from the start. We did this with our real estate program. We did this with our other launches, our publishing programs. We have a philosophy of business. We teach people for free. We give away the family farm. We over-deliver, and we completely transparently declare from the rooftops our agenda in our free teaching. Anyone that tells you on a webinar they don't have an agenda is a liar, pants on fire. My agenda is a prophetic assignment to raise up a breed of ministry and marketplace entrepreneur. And I want to help as many kingdom-minded people as possible build successful digital product businesses, because I believe when people of faith prosper with integrity, the kingdom of God advances. And when you succeed, you have more resources to give and flexibility to serve and impact your community. The transparency part for this whole week is at the end of this challenge, there'll be an opportunity for those who want to move faster and that want our personalized help, that want a more intensive, aggressive approach. That's why I'm not beating around the bush. Like, I know those webinars, it's like, hang on, there's a little bit free, but actually I can't even do it because you're just going to sell me. That's not it. We're going to give you the whole thing. But as I say, even if you never invest another dollar with us, the free content over these 5 days, it is more than enough for you to launch your first digital product. You're going to be a great success. You're going to have a great victory. You're going to make sales. And I'm not holding back on the good stuff just because we have a paid program. But I want you to know we are a profit maximizing business. And we're growing our team, we're growing our global impact, and so we have a paid opportunity simply for those who want to accelerate their results with our step-by-step coaching. And in that, and I want to tell you what that is, in that you also get our community support. It's our done with you systems, and that's later in the week. And so in this moment right now, let's focus on the incredible value that you're going to get in the free coaching. And if that's fair enough that I get to give you the free stuff and I also get to make a sales opportunity, type in the chat, fair enough. I want to be abundantly clear. I'm giving you all the goods for free. You're going to have all the stuff that we use that makes us successful, but I'm also going to I'm asking your permission. I'm asking for transparency. We're also going to make a good sale. And we're going to present a product. It's absolutely crazy, but just putting it right out there nice and clear because you understand we have a business model. Okay, let's move on. So you might be wondering why you should listen to me about digital products and online business. And I want to give you a bit more detail of the context. So here in the Goshen Digital launch, we've done this over and over again and helped others do the same. And over the past few years, we've taught thousands of students through our programs, and a bunch of you are on here. We've launched 12 or more, a little over 12 offers. I say a little over because some of them have been these mini courses and free courses. But we've done 12 plus from the ground floor across a variety of industries, real estate, publishing, AI, and a few other niches. And I mention that diverse range because what it did is something very, very interesting and powerful for us. It forced us to think how to build systems that work outside of just one niche and outside of just kind of the one lucky break. So it forced us to create reproducible systems. And as I said earlier, for business is anything, it's a system that runs well. And I want you to have something when you're at church, at prayer, when you're at the kids' soccer game. I want you to have something that continues to run and makes you money. And interestingly, a bunch of our students have actually been a very similar age to me in my 40s. A bunch of you are in your 50s and even 60s. And we noticed you don't want the tech headaches as well. So everything here is in this step-by-step, simple and practical approach. We've had churches partner with us. Podcasts ask us, how do you do this and break it down in a very organized framework? And we've had those invitations because our approach is super transparent. I tell you all the time the things that just made me want to tear my hair out. We documented it and gave you a solution so you don't have to tear your hair out. And that way the free people can get the free stuff, and those of you that want to invest in the paid stuff, you can get all of the paid stuff that's documented and take the aggressive approach. And my own turning point wasn't actually learning a brand new skill. It was packaging that hard-earned, hard-won life experience into a product that served people, and that's what I want you to do. And that's what I saw unlock income in my life and freedom and greater clarity of where God was taking me. And that's the blueprint I'm giving you. It's clarity. It's strategy. It's making your first sales, and it's having a repeatable business. That's the framework. And we've been building this type of digital product business where people often hear and they think, hang on, it seems so simple. As yes, that's the whole idea, is you're creating and launching products that your customers will say, hang on a minute, this is, you made your experience simple. And they end up saying, give me the next product, give me the next course. And that's what's taken us into now 7 figures in revenue. And more importantly, of course, this is what's helped us train hundreds and hundreds of Christians to build their businesses so that they're aligned with what God's doing. If you do what God's doing, it gets funded. If you help people in their darkness and they get into light, they yell at you, make the next product, teach me the next course, give me the next webinar. So that's the point. It's helping people. And that's why we call it, what was your turning point in your life? That moment for you, that's what helps others. And that's where you're going to create online income. So that moment is where you become someone that goes from being dependent on someone else determining your income. That's someone else's system, and you become someone that starts to determine your own income. That's a big moment, and I want you to have that moment. I want you to move into that time of being free to follow God's calling for your life. And usually when someone invests in one of our programs, they're usually in a couple of different scenarios. Either they're working a job where they have little opportunity for some other financial growth, but they know long-term that's not where they want to be. They've got bills to pay, they've got responsibilities to meet, but it's difficult to quit. That is our kind of person. And another scenario is often they're a stay-at-home parent. I got 7 kids. My oldest daughter's married. My son-in-law's here in the studio running the show. We got a grandbaby. I got family responsibilities. I cried in anguish for many years. God, give me, Lord, give me a means to make wealth so that I can minister to my family, minister to my church, and have the time freedom for that. So a lot of you are parents as well. And another, if there's a third common context, then you're somebody that's actually, you've already learned to start to make good money in your career, but you feel trapped in your schedule. And that's a very common thing. We've got a lot of people in our church as well that feel, I want more time for ministry, more time for family. I'm making good money here, but I feel a little bit stuck. And in all these situations, they feel they're, in a sense, not, or yes, in a way, not living up to their full potential. And they feel like someone else is holding the keys to their life, running their schedule, and determining their financial situation. That turning point that I mentioned is so pivotal, because that is the moment the individual gets to reclaim ownership. They get to have dominion over their time and over their calling. That's where this space of the soul gets so much just more lively and healthy, and you get to choose what you work on, when you work, how you work, whether you work at all, and you get to build something that blesses other people's lives. And there is nothing more liberating than that transformation. And I know it because I've experienced it, and I've had the honor of seeing hundreds of other people experience it as well. This is for you, that moment. This is for you, that time, that shift. That is the wave of opportunity. And that's why we've spent time giving you vision. This is why I'm appealing to your heart, because we're going to fill you with information, but your heart has to be stirred. Your soul has to be moved. You got to get angry, my friend. You got to say enough is enough. Nobody on my webinar today is going to say, oh, this is a nice idea, I'm going to make change. You've got to say, the pain has got too great. Enough is enough. I am going to make an impact. My life will change. Write in the chat, today my life changes. Or today is the day of my transformation. This is got to be a heart moment. You know, everything comes from here, the heart. So, next piece I want to give you. I'm moving quickly because our time is flying, but I want to move quickly with this next piece of impartation before we move on to some Q&A. We're gonna spend more time with you. We're in with the Q&A. We're in with the heart motivation. We're in with the crying out to God. We're in with the stomping your feet. We're in. So very quickly, I love this. Janice says, enough is enough. Come on. I need to make some people angry on my call today. Righteously angry. Hallelujah. I want some holy violence here. We're going to move some things. Okay. Very, very quickly. I got a little notification here. Whew. Okay, so we're going to shift. Okay, we're going to shift at this point. I'm going to have Charles come on in. He's going to do a presentation for you. And I already mentioned him previously in the VIP call. He's going to come on in and actually show you a segment of our training here very quickly. And a quick word, I need you to know this young man, some of you said, is this your son? Thank you for noticing the magnanimous, handsome family likeness. But please, enough, it's getting embarrassing. But beyond that, what this man has is a mind to take the complex and tools and software and the technology and make it so plain. Even people like my good self in my late 40s, I know you think I thought I was in my 30s, but even people like myself at 47 and a half, and break it down into very, very simple step-by-step. So he's going to come on in, he's going to give you an AI presentation, and I want you to take note, take a deep breath, get that green tea with a spoonful of Manuka honey, and let's make notes, let's be teachable, and come on in for a super good-looking guy. Charles, show us how to do it. Take the hot seat.
Okay. Go ahead and type in the chat if you can hear me. I want to make sure I'm close enough to this mic here. I know I'm back here with the VIPs. I was with you guys earlier. Good to see all of your beautiful faces again. Good to be back. You know what we just realized? We just realized the time, and we want to make sure we respect your time. We told you an hour. We're here an hour and 20 minutes, but we're also going to give you more than you expected. That way we make up for that one. So we want to move quick. We want to make sure we respect your time, but also give you an insane amount of value during this challenge. Here's what I want to do with everybody here. Can I prove to you how quick and how easy it is to create a digital product? And can I do that by creating a digital product right now? Can we make one together right now? And then I'll show you guys how to do it, and then you can all go create digital products right now before you leave the session. Okay, I'm going to show you in a way where it's so easy. People are drawing on the thing, drawing on my face. So if we can turn that off, that'd be great. Thank you. That's not creating a digital product. You can't sell this. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Xander, let me know when they can see my screen.
I'm not getting anything from your...
Not getting anything from me. Let me go back here. Share my screen, share. Okay, I'm sharing it. Or you could send me a different StreamYard link. Okay, I want you to type in the chat your digital product idea. No one's going to steal it. Just type it into the chat. I'm going to pick someone's idea, and I'm actually going to start creating this digital product. It's going to absolutely blow your mind. Or at least, hopefully, it will. So throw some ideas into the chat. I got the YouTube here, and I got the VIPs on Zoom. Can I get a better view of the chat? I just want to see the latest version of it. I want to see some ideas. Drop some ideas. Just pick a category that you're thinking about. Pick an idea that you're thinking about. Is it home education? We were talking about that earlier. Is it marketing? Is it how to ride a bike? Is it how to use ChatGPT? Throw some ideas down into the chat. Can they see my screen? No. Okay. While you figure this out, I'm going to briefly talk about my main point. Can I have that mouse? Okay. They're going to figure out that screen. I want to first talk about pricing really quick. I want to talk about a few things here, and I hope this is going to really serve you well. First of all, I want to start with this. I believe that God is a very creative God. I believe that God is the creator of the universe. Therefore, he's very, very creative. And you can see his creativity all around. And I shared this with the VIPs. I believe that God put a seed of an aspect of a seed of his creativity on the inside of each of us. And I believe that he put a different seed of his creativity in you as the seed of creativity he put in me. Which means my piece of creativity is different from your piece of creativity. That's the way that I see it. That's my belief. And the reason I believe that God did that is so that I could serve you and so that you could serve me. So we have different skill sets and different experiences, and we have different creativity, and we're all made in the image of God, but I believe that we're made in a slightly specific version of the image of God. I believe that his creativity, he put a little aspect of his creativity in you, and he put a little aspect of his creativity in me. I'm saying this really, really quick because I got to move fast. Okay, so I believe that he did that so that I could serve you and so that you could serve me. Okay, pause. Here's how to identify, I'm going to bring that point back here in just a second. Here's how to identify your product idea. It's by finding your UVZ. Type UVZ in the chat. UVZ stands for your unique value zone. And this is where we're going to identify that creativity that's on the inside of you. And I'm going to prove to every single one of you that you have a product. Your unique value zone is going to be an area where, someone said echo sound, is going to be an area where people come to you often and ask for advice. People ask you questions about this thing. That's your UVZ. I want you to write that as your homework for today. Write that down on a piece of paper. What do people come to me and ask me about all the time? Is it how to use a computer? Is it how to use ChatGPT? Is it how I homeschool my kids? Is it how I do my meal prep? Is it how I do my morning routine? Write down that area. The second thing you want to write down is what is something that I can talk about over and over and over again and never get tired of it. What is something that I just love talking about? What is something I'm really passionate about? What is something that God's put on my heart where my heart breaks just a little bit when I see people struggling with this? Like I feel this thing so deeply that I could talk about it a lot. I'm passionate about it. I want you to write down a list of all of those things on a piece of paper, and you're going to see patterns between those two things. And you're going to see one of them that stands out more than any of the others. And you probably have a ton because you're a wildly gifted group of people, and that's amazing. I'm going to see if I can adjust this so I can see you. Pick one of them, pick a pattern that appears into both of those lists, and that's your UVZ, and I want you to stick with it for this call. Okay. What most likely happens with all of you, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, is people come to you for advice on that topic all the time. Someone comes to you at church and they start talking about this problem that they've had. They start talking about, oh, I had this experience here. What do you think about it? Elijah, what do you think about it over here? Who else do we have on here? Christine, what do you think about this problem? Can you give me some advice on this particular situation? People come to you all the time. Now, here's what I want to submit to you. I believe that people can only be transformed by the amount that they invest into the advice or the amount that they invest into the transformation. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is if I package some advice into a $9.99 ebook and I give you that $9.99 ebook, you are only able to receive $9.99 of transformation. I'm hitting the table and you guys can hear the table, so I'm so sorry. If you only pay $9.99, you are only able to receive $9.99 of value or transformation from that. So what I want to share with you, and I just want to submit this to you, is that the advice and the experience and the testimony and the transformation, the experiences that you have that you're just handing away for free to people is maybe not setting them up to have the transformation that they could have. You've been through life experiences. You've been through situations that no one else has been through. You have a perspective that nobody else has. You've been through traumas and pains and wounds, and by the grace of God, you've come out the other side. You've been transformed in these areas. Your inability to charge someone for that makes them incapable of having the same transformation. That then means that they have to go through those same pains in order to have the transformation. Why? Because you have not learned to value that experience enough, or that, in this case, digital product enough to charge them what it's actually worth so they can have the transformation. Type in the chat if I'm making sense. If I'm not making sense, I'll explain it a little bit better. I really want this to click for all of you. What I'm trying to reveal to you is that you've already been in the info product space. You've already been distributing information to thousands and thousands of people around you. You are already in the info product space. You have just not learned to package it and to set a price tag on it so that people can be fully transformed by all that God's given you. I shared this with the VIPs, and I really want to share this in the main session too. We ran 2 programs. We ran one program, we ran it twice. The program was called Buy Land with No Money. It was a real estate program. It was 6 weeks long. It was jam-packed with value. It was awesome. We ran it the first time around, and a certain handful of students got contracts. They got 7 figures in contracts signed by the end of the program. It was amazing. And the price of that program was $3,000. We then, a year later, relaunched that program, and we doubled the price for it. And like, some people hate that. Oh, why are you raising the price? And we just had to face that, and we doubled the price. We doubled the price. Here's what happened when we doubled the price. Far more students had success from that program than the first time around. And the program was exactly the same. Nothing changed. Same coaching calls, the same help. There were no new benefits. There were no new bonuses. There was nothing different about the program. More than 10% of the students got contracts signed by the end of the program. We had a more than double the success rate of the $6,000 program than the $3,000 program. Why? Because we charged people more for it, they had a greater investment, they saw more value in what they were teaching, therefore we enabled them to have a greater success in the program. Think about how wild this is. If you charge people more for something, they have a greater transformation from it, you make more money from it, therefore having the ability to go and multiply and then serve more people in that area. How mind-blowing is that? When I learned that, it just changed my whole life. I was like, wow. So hang on. So selling is a really good idea because selling is a God idea. So I just need to sell people on these things, and I need to sell them, and I need to put a price tag on it that is according to the transformation that they're going to have from that program. So here's why I'm telling you about this. Because I see so many people, I know Apostle Dan does and Apostle Tommy do, they see so many people giving away advice, sharing their experiences, educating people on topics and personal experience that they've had, but they actually limit people from having a full transformation from sharing that purely because they give it away for free. Type a amen. Give me a yes in the chat if you guys are catching what I'm putting down here. What I want you to realize, if you take anything from this call, is I want you to realize that you already have a digital product. You already have an info product or an information product. You're already sharing it with people around you. You just have not learned to package it together in a way where a price tag can be put on top of it, and you have not learned the way to distribute it. Why am I saying all of that? I'm saying all of that because that's what we're going to teach you this week. We're going to teach you how to package that product, how to identify that product, how to package that product, and how to distribute that product in a way where you don't sound like those awful salesmen that appear on your door with, like, all due respect to them. You know, they're hustling, which is great, but the sales pitch sometimes is a wow. Without having to do an awkward sales pitch, without having to go and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on ads and marketing and trying to get your product in front of people and begging them to buy your product, which is just an awful idea for the record. That's what we're going to run through this week. But you first have to realize that you already have a digital product. You just have to identify what that is. And I want you to write that down in the UVZ. Is my screen being shared right now? It is. Okay. Can you put it on the screen and just let me know if they can see it? Okay, can you type in the chat if you can see my screen? They can? We're good? Okay, amazing. Here's what I'm going to do. Someone throw a digital product in the chat. Give me an idea, and I'm going to create your product right now. I don't know if the chat is like a little bit delayed or, yeah, it's a bit delayed. That's okay. Okay, let's do a home education one. Okay, I'm going to type in the chat. I want you to create me a presentation and also a script. I want you guys to time me. Someone look at the time right now. I want you to time me how long this is going to take me. And I hope this blows your mind because this got me really excited. Let's look at the time right now. It's 5:35 here in California. Let's jump into this. So I'm going into ChatGPT right now. I'm saying create me a presentation and also a script for a 5-minute, I'm just going to do 5 minute for the sake of time, for a 5-minute training on home education and teaching your kids from home. Make it concise. I'm going to say do research on the latest tactics and strategies. And then I'm going to say make this ideal for, I'm just going to pick a random age here. I'm going to say for like 35-year-old moms and dads. Cool. Enter. The great thing with ChatGPT is you can spell stuff wrong and you have no problem. So it like ruins your English and your spelling because I just throw something into it and I feel like it's a different language. But ChatGPT's always got my back. Okay, look at how crazy this is. It is researching homeschooling trends, methods, and tactics. Now, can I just, while it's loading, let me do a little disclaimer here. I'm not saying to just use ChatGPT to create your product. What I'm saying is to share your creativity and your experiences and get ChatGPT to format it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and share with you like my entire testimony and put that into ChatGPT and all my stories and opinion. Like I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm just going to get ChatGPT to generate it. That fair? Okay, that's my disclaimer. Here we go. So that was maybe 30 seconds. It just gave me a title. It gave me a why now, the legal first steps. It gives me pick a learning method, a simple daily. Okay, you guys get the point. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this all the way down to the presentation. Slide 8. So I've got 8 slides. We're going to grab this. I'm going to go into Gamma. If you want to do this alongside me or you want to do this in a minute, go to gamma.app. They have a free version and it helps you create presentations. It's super impressive. In fact, the presentation that you were seeing on the screen earlier, Gamma helped us create that. So I'm going to do paste in text. I'm going to enter this in. I'm going to generate from notes. This is going to get crazy in a second. Bear with me, okay? Jeremy, I'll just have my notes on here. Okay, so it just split all of these into different slides for me. I'm going to say, hey, keep it, condense it. I'm going to choose this. Should we go with the pink style? Let's go with the pink style. And I'm going to do generate. Watch this. Xander, they can still see my screen and everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. There we go. It's loading. Here we go. Home education, a 5-minute starter kit. Simple, effective, and doable. Why homeschooling is growing now. Homeschooling kept growing from in 2023 to 2024 beyond pandemic effects, showing this isn't just a temporary trend. It's got hybrid options, financial support. There's a legal first steps to home education. It's legal in 50 states. Look at this. It's building a daily flow for people. Like if I don't have kids, so I've not home educated my kids, but say I had, let's just pretend you have it with me, okay? If I had all these experiences and I could take some time to sort of battle it out with ChatGPT and spit all that information into it, this could be filled with my experiences, my stories. But I don't have to worry about the grammar and the English and the research and the formatting and the compiling of all the information. It just does it in seconds. So here we go. Simple daily flow. What works? I'm not going to go through this for the sake of time. There we go. Bear with me. This is about to go insane. Remember, we told ChatGPT to create a script. It's a 5-minute talking script. I'm going to copy this. I'm then going to go into 11labs.io, and I will talk about this more later this week and show you how to do this. I'm going to paste this into 11 Labs. I'm just going to show you the brief version. Paste this into 11 Labs and then hit generate speech. What this is going to do is you're going to use AI to generate a voiceover of this presentation and do this teaching for me, where I didn't have to show my face. I didn't have to speak. I didn't even need my voice. I don't even have to be speaking. I'm speaking to you, but I don't even have to be speaking. I can just type this all out in my pajamas at my kitchen table in a matter of 5 minutes and get AI to fully create a digital product. Someone said that saves so much time and effort. Exactly. Like we could all sit here, and I don't know how many thousands of people are on this live right now, and we could create hundreds of thousands of digital products by the end of the hour in 20 minutes. That's how insanely impressive all of this is. Someone said like 80% markup, brilliant, time saver, rerun. Someone said it's great, I'm impressed. Makes my life easier doing this. Exactly. It's like I use this every single day. Okay, this has just generated it. I don't know if they can hear my.
In some states, education savings accounts can offset curriculum or class costs. JHU School
Can they hear?
Education Business. Insider Excel and Ed Dribble, 105 to 135. Legal basics. First, check your state's rules.
I'm just checking if you guys can hear this.
It's straightforward once you see your state page. HSLDA 135 to 215.
Okay. I'm just checking. You guys can actually hear this, and there's no echo. Okay, one more time. So I didn't really like that voice. That was Rachel's voice. Rachel, all due respect. Actually, she's an AI. So okay, let's just move on here. We could do Mark, natural conversations. Oh, it's gonna make me pay. I don't want to pay for that. Let's do a free one. Friendly and comforting voice from Bill. Let's get it to regenerate. And I'm gonna go quick here because I know we're getting close to time. Okay.
And the few strategies that actually move learning. 030 to 105. Why families choose it. Homeschooling has kept growing, even after schools fully reopened. Parents want flexibility and fit.
I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. I think some of you can. Can they hear? Move this? Okay, cool. So you guys can hear that. It's like, and if you can't hear it, let me turn this down. If you can't hear it, it's like the most natural human sounding voice. It's slightly terrifying. Okay, I'm not gonna do this for the sake of time, but I can then take that and I can put the voiceover over the presentation that we just created. Therefore, people can learn audio-wise and they can also learn visually. And you put the two of those together and we just create a digital product. Now, here's what's super, super cool. I can give that away for free. And then at the end of the presentation, I can say, hey, here's my 5-minute guide on how to home educate your kids. Get to the end of the 5-minute presentation, and then we say, hey, did you find that helpful? If you found that helpful and you want to get on a one-on-one call with me for 15 minutes, I'd love to just consult you. And I'll give you some advice on maybe how you can get started. And then you get on a call with them, or if you don't want to get a call, you do just text or email or whatever. And then you say, hey, I would love to help you more, but I actually have this paid program. This paid program is $5,000, and it's a 4-week program, or I have a course, or I have something else, and the course can be made with AI as well. And you say, hey, I would love to help you with this. I've just got a further program where I can give you all the support and this, that, and the other, and that's going to cost you $500, or $1,000, or $10,000. Isn't that wild? Okay, let's move on here, because I know I'm laboring my point quite a bit here. Okay. I want you to type in the chat what ideas just came to mind from seeing that. How were you inspired by that? I hope this is the effect, because this is the effect it had on me. How many ideas are flowing right now of how much you could create now that the whole tech limitations are, or the time limitations and the effort limitations are almost completely gone? Like, it just blows your mind to how much you can come up with. And ChatGPT is also really, really great at brainstorming. You can sit there with ChatGPT and brainstorm all these different ideas. Jeremy, am I good to keep going all the way through? Okay. Amazing. Someone said, love it. Someone said, wow. Very impressive. Someone said, this is absolutely insane. Okay, I'm going to grab my notes here. Here we go. Okay, someone said, I'm just reading in the chat here, I'd love to hear some of your ideas. Someone said so many ideas. I feel like everyone right now is just amazed. Everyone's a little bit mind blown, which I totally get it. I'm the exact same here. Someone said the brain juices are flowing. That's a go. Okay, so I'm saying this because I want to set the tone for the rest of the week, and I want to share with you just how incredible this whole method is of creating digital products. Now, we see people, we're sharing this, and we're excited about this because we see people create these products every single day, and people are scaling up to, and I don't want to like share numbers here that are not accurate, but we see people scaling up to 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month, 7 figures a month, and we see people doing 8 figures a month right now, doing digital products. And a large handful of them are doing it without a personal brand, without a massive YouTube following. They don't even use their face. Faceless YouTube channels are all over the internet making tens of thousands of dollars. There are people doing this today, and this is the next wave of the online money-making industry. It's digital products, and it's sort of entering in now. Okay. Move through here. I'm just going to move your Q&A box out the way. Keep it simple. Sunset's amazing. Love the images. Yes. Creating a lead funnel. Oh, you're jumping ahead there. You gotta wait a couple more days for the lead funnels now. That's where the sales start rolling in. Okay. Gotta find my notes here. I want to read just a couple testimonials. Can I do that really quick? Just a few testimonials from people. One of them's a dad that launched a digital product and is doing very successful right now. And I want to share that because I think there are, if you're a dad or a mom, type in the chat. I'd love to see how many dads and moms are in the chat because this is probably going to inspire you. First of all, I'm quoting this. Stock Dads, which is the name of the product, started because older dads like me wanted a safe space to learn about money without being overwhelmed by jargon. Thanks to Goshen's partner marketplace, we grew from a small Facebook group to a business. I've seen retirees, empty nesters, and late bloomers join us and change their financial outlook. Someone else said, leaving my job after more than a decade was scary. Goshen's partner marketplace gave me, and I'm going to show you about this marketplace, gave me a way to launch a community for people flipping collectibles using only the knowledge I built up on my own. In the first month, my new income matched my old paycheck. That's proof that it's never too late to get started. These are people who have worked jobs for decades and then found this method of packaging and then distributing their products to a place where people are already looking and have transformed their entire future. They use their real experience, not just from, not theory from books, but actually, this is what I did and this is what worked. They don't have PhDs, they're not experts in a field. They just say, hey, I'm a dad and I did this. I'm a mom and I did this. I'm a student and I did this. And people come to them and they're like, hey, I'm so inspired by that experience. I want to learn more from you. Can I send you some money so that you would spend more time with me? And that's when you say, yes, absolutely, no problem. I will maybe not move my schedule, but I'll find time for you. Here's what I want you to understand. Your life experience is your expertise. That's what you are an expert in. You are an expert in you. You're an expert in this other thing, and maybe you are, in which case amazing, but you're also an expert in you. Your struggles and your victories are absolutely valuable to the marketplace. Your perspective matters to the right person. It doesn't matter to everyone, but it matters to the right person. And with the right AI tools and a marketplace access, which I'm going to show you how you can get that, you have absolutely everything that you need to package your experience into something that serves others and provides you with an income. The question is not whether you have something valuable to share. The question is, are you willing to step into the fullness of what God has given you and lead it to serve others at scale in a way you've never seen before? There are tons of people tuning in from so many different countries right now. Why? Because of digital products. Like, we are able to run these events because of digital products. We're able to reach more people because of digital products. We're multiplying what we're doing. So let me, we're gonna wrap up here because I'm really taking up a lot of your time. Over the next 4 days, we're gonna do a deep dive into each part of this framework. I wanna give you absolutely everything that you need to launch a digital product. Apostle Dan does, Apostle Tomi does. We're gonna make sure you have everything. Tutorials, we're gonna go deep, we're gonna go shallow into other topics, we're gonna go all over the place. You're gonna leave with homework, you're gonna leave with documents. Tomorrow, day 2, is the product development deep dive. And we're going to show you the exact AI tools and step-by-step process to identify your unique offer and package it into a professional digital product. I sort of did it. I wouldn't say it was the most professional thing, but I sort of did it. The goal is that you'll walk away with absolute clarity on what to create. Day 3 is going to be going over, I'm just looking here, sales and pricing that works. This is where we talk about how to price your product correctly, how to tie the ticket price to the transformation that it provides so that people come in from around the world and say, please take my money so that you can show me this thing. And people feel genuine joy when you make them an offer and they don't get scared of you because you're doing some sales pitch. Okay, day 5 is creating your 90-day launch plan. Now, whoa, who said 90 days? You guys are probably thinking, you guys said 5 days, we could do this. You absolutely can in 5 days. What happens after 5 days though? You then need to learn to scale this thing. You need to go from 1 sale to 2 sales and 2 sales to 5 sales and 5 sales to 10 sales. And that's where that 90-day action plan comes in. Our goal here is that you leave these 5 days with far more value than when you arrived. So we want to make sure we set you up for success. Now, some of you are thinking right now, this all sounds good, but I'm going to need a little bit more help than just watching videos. Throw a me in the chat. Type in the chat and be like, hang on, I need a little bit more help. I'm going to be there tomorrow, but wow, this is moving fast, and I'm totally with you. I feel like the time is flying by. You are absolutely right. Now, Apostle Dan mentioned at the beginning of this session that he would give you guys an opportunity to get more help and move really, really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that with Apostle Dan's permission. I'm going to share just a little bit about this opportunity. I'm going to go for about 5 minutes. What I'm then going to do after that is I'm going to give you your workbook password. I'm going to talk about how you can be a part of those giveaways to win those prizes. And then we're going to move into the Q&A. And you guys can ask me questions, and I'll free up as much of the evening as we need to make sure that you guys get all your questions answered. Ton of me's are like blowing up in the chat here. A lot of me's. So amazing. Okay, cool. Let's jump into this. This opportunity is called the Goshen Digital Launch Program. It's an actual program about all of this. It's just a way to move much faster. It's not just another course. You've probably been on webinars where people sell you just courses. And then you wonder what to do next after you go through the course, right? This is a completely done with you system. We're not selling a self-implementation program. It's something that is done with you. It's a system where we walk alongside you for 90 days and some to ensure that you actually launch your first profitable digital product. Goshen as a company has done millions and millions of dollars in digital products and serving people and empowering other people to do the same. What does that mean? Well, in a way that's not showing off, the reason I'm saying that is that we've not only done it ourselves, but we've seen other people do it as well. Therefore, we've created a system. We, myself and Apostle Dan, know a lady that helps people with diabetes. She does millions of dollars helping people manage diabetes. We know people that are helping people manage their alcohol consumption. Not stop drinking alcohol, just manage their consumption of it. They do millions of dollars. There are people that probably know less than you, making more than you from less information. And I know that's a little bit harsh, but we've spent like almost 2 hours together, so I hope we can get a little more straightforward. Okay, here's what makes this program different. First of all, we're giving you, can you share the slides? That'd be super helpful, just keep me on track. First of all, there's an AI toolkit that we packaged together. Remember Apostle Dan was talking earlier about AI assistants. We've compiled 20 plus AI assistants where these assistants will work alongside you to help you launch your digital product. And I think there's a slide here somewhere. Are you able to do it? Oh, you need this? I kind of need this. Or you can take it for a second if you need. It's 20 plus AI assistants that all work alongside you. So let me put it this way. Some of you are thinking, what do I call my digital product? There's an AI assistant that helps you name your digital products. Some of you are thinking, if I wanted to pitch this idea to someone, how do I pitch? There's an AI assistant that packages together a script for you based on you, what it knows about you, and what it knows about your digital product, and creates one of the most effective sales pitches you've ever heard in your life. Can I tell you something a little bit mind-blowing? One of the reasons you are here is because this AI toolkit helped our marketing team create a marketing message that got you here to this webinar. We use that AI tool. Thank you. So, if you want to know if it works, you are proof that it works because we got you here, which is amazing. So they help you package together a script. We help you create courses. We help you create videos, ebooks, guides, and they're all done with AI tools. So there's 20 plus AI assistants. We're updating it constantly. You can see on the slides here, there's a couple different versions. So that's the first thing. It's AI assistants. They work 24/7 and they work alongside you. And what you do is you put a ton of information in, it asks you a ton of questions about you and your life and your experiences, and then it helps you create digital products. Second of all, you're going to get step-by-step help from people who understand exactly where you're coming from. You're going to get help from Apostle Dan, Apostle Dan's experience, Apostle Tomi's experience. You're going to get material from not just what I would call the apostles who have a following on social media and have spent years through this thing. You're also going to get feedback from people that are sat right next to you. And it's online, by the way, it's not in person, but they're sort of virtually sat next to you where they've been through similar experiences with you. So you're going to get help from those people. Third of all, you're going to get this is insane. I'm going to say this in a different way. This is going to be fun. Okay, first of all, if you've ever wanted to buy something online, where do you go? First thing that comes to mind, where do you go? Amazon. I go to Amazon. My Amazon Prime membership is something I could never cancel. It's $9.99 a month, and it gets me stuff here like same day. The moment that I want to buy something, I go to Amazon. I don't think about eBay. I don't think about any of the other stores. I don't even know what there is. Temu. I don't know what else there is. It's just Amazon. It's the place I go to. Now, another example. Where do you go when you want to watch a movie? Netflix. Like maybe Amazon Prime, but Netflix or Amazon Prime. Like you jump to one of those, right? Here's what's mind-blowing, and we just discovered this like not that long ago. There is now a marketplace that has blown up in the last couple of years that is the marketplace. It's the Amazon, but for digital products. And it's a company that we partnered up with. They're about to IPO, meaning they're about to go public and be traded publicly. They are picking up massive momentum, and they now have 10 million active users searching for digital products on this platform. Goshen has partnered up with this marketplace to give you guys access to this program where you can launch your digital products on there. What does that mean? Well, that means there's no customer support issues, payment processing. You can process hundreds of thousands of dollars through this. There's no how do I create my landing page? There's no where do I put the page? How do I get people to buy it? It's like the easiest platform to use that I could, the same way I created a product, I can get a product uploaded on there in the next 2 to 3 minutes. That's how insane this is. Oh, you still need this? Okay. If you go through the slides, then they'll stay on the same page. It's the Amazon for digital products, and I'll show you how you guys can get access in a minute here. It's the Netflix of digital products. It's a place where there are 10 million active users that are floating around that platform looking for the transformation that you can provide. I said this in the VIP Zoom, and I want to say it one more time. There are people around the world that are praying for the transformation that you can provide with ease. There are people looking right now, as we speak, for something, a training, education on an experience that you've already had. You've already overcome it. You've already had the victory from it. And they are searching and they are praying and they are crying out for that transformation. And there are people thinking, I wish someone would just help me with this thing. And it's not like how to launch a $100 million company. For some people, it's like, how do I just do this? How do I just figure out how to home educate my kids? How do I just figure out how to have a slightly more like peaceful home? How do I just, like really small things? There are people that are praying for the transformation that you can provide with ease. And right now there's a platform where there are 10 plus million people searching for those digital products. We're going to give you exclusive access to that platform. Next slide, please. Next thing you're going to get is weekly live calls. So this is where I'm going to completely throw this whole idea of, oh, it's just a program where people sit in there and they just like, you're left on your own. There are weekly calls where we meet with you. We hold you accountable to launch your platform, launch your program, launch your digital product. There are people making sure that it actually happens. Now, wait, go back. Don't move too fast. I said move on. Okay, here's something crazy. You know how people put guarantees on programs, like a money-back guarantee or a refund or some process, because the reason people do that is because they want to take as much risk away from you guys. And we wanted to take that to the next level. We wanted to go the next step. How do we make this so unbelievably incredible for people to gain access to this and create their digital products? How do we show them that in the next 5 days and then throughout the next 90 days, we can absolutely change their life through this new digital product formula, this info product industry? Well, we've now created the guarantee, next slide, where we have a guarantee that's make $5,000 or we coach you until you do. That's like 1,000,000 times better than any other guarantee, because now there's no risk in it. Our goal is that you make $5,000 or we coach you until you do. So the moment you make $5,000, we can then be like, oh, you're fine, you're good. Like you've already made $5,000. You can make $10,000. You can make $50,000. And if you haven't made that $5,000, our team will continue working with you, and I will continue working with you until you actually do hit that $5,000 mark. Okay. I'm just looking through my stack here. I want to make sure I'm sharing everything. Now, I want to be fully transparent about the entire investment, because I know this is probably what you're wondering. First of all, if you were to hire a team, I see your questions, and I save those questions because there's a Q&A session. I really want to answer all of them. if you were to hire a team to do what our AI tools do for you, and we've researched this, by the way, if you need a team to do research and content creation and organization and design, etc., you'd be looking at $15,000 to $25,000 minimum to do that. And we know because we've done the research and you can do the research. If you hired a business coach to guide you through the process one-on-one for 90 days, or even like group coaching, for 90 days, you'd pay anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000. And that's just for coaching. There's no tools, there's no marketplace, there's no guarantees. If you tried to figure out marketplace access on your own, like getting approved, and I know this because I did this, trying to get approved, it's a nightmare. Understanding the systems, optimizing your listings, figuring out your pages. Most people really get just lost and they can't figure it out. If you hired a consultant who specializes in this, and like kind of like what we're doing right now, you'd have to pay $3,000 to $8,000 just for that piece. So if you were to piece all of this together, you'd be looking at $40,000 to $50,000. I'm just making sure I get the math right. And that's assuming that you could even find all of the right people and get the same marketplace and the AI tools, etc. Okay. Type in the chat if this is getting exciting. This whole session has been focused on removing every excuse that you have to create a digital product. You have no excuse at this point. So it would cost you about $50,000 if you wanted to speed through this and get a ton of help from people. Here's the thing. We're not even going to charge you anywhere near that. Someone said, do we need to pay $50,000? You do not have to pay $50,000 at all. We're not going to charge you anywhere near that. We're not even going to charge you, hey, the mouse is on here. Whatever you're doing is moving my screen. I lost my notes. Okay, we're not even going to charge you anywhere near that $50,000, and we're not even going to charge you half of that. Someone said exciting. It's quite exciting. We're not even going to, hey, it keeps on moving my screen. We're not even going to charge you 10% of that. We're not even going to charge you 5% of that. Isn't that wild? I know some people are doing the math already on this complete system, the AI tools, the 90-day coaching, the marketplace access, the community, the guarantee, all of it for just $14.95. Pause. For some people, you don't like paying that entire amount up front, and I totally understand that. We've partnered with a payment partner that will help break that amount down to something around $299 today. So just think about this for a minute here. $299 today to start creating a business that could make, and there's no guarantee, I'm not promising anything here, it could make between $1,000 and $5,000 a month. And I know people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. People are going crazy in the chat right now. $14.95, $1,495 for the record. $299 to get access to everything you need to build a business that can generate $1,000 to $2,000 to $5,000 a month. That's an investment that pays for itself with your very first sale. Now, here's what I want you to understand. We studied 35,000 people just like you. And we know the challenges that you face. We know some of the fears that you have. And I'm not saying we know you perfectly, but we've studied. We've looked at like the information you've given us and the forms that you told us about. We've studied you. We've paid attention to this demographic. We know that some of you are concerned about technology. Like some of you just are a little bit scared. I don't know how to use technology. We understand that. That's why we've created these AI tools in a way that serves you really well exactly where you're at. We know that some of you need more than just information. Some of you, including myself, are kind of sick of courses. Like you're just a little bit sick of just an ebook or just some text on a screen. It doesn't really help you when you want to move really, really fast. You need some implementation support. That's why this is a done with you program, not a do it yourself program. It's not a figure it out on your own. It's a done with you program. Okay, and I'm wrapping up here because I got to give you your workable password as well. This is an inaugural launch of our program. What does that mean? That means that as students come in, we want to make sure we prioritize you and give you all the attention that you need to succeed. And so like we can't make that guarantee work of working with you until you make $5,000 if we just let everybody in. And so we're putting a limit on here today to only accept 1,500 people. And there are however many people on this call. We're only accepting 1,500 right now. And I'm going to give you a link. I'm going to show you how you can be a part of this. Just 1 second. So for the first 1,500 people, we're offering the complete system for $14.95. Now, If you're thinking, this sounds good, but I need to think about it, totally fine. I completely understand that. It's a significant decision. You're making a decision that could transform the rest of your life. So I understand it. It takes a minute to think about. Let me ask you this. Where will you be in 90 days from now if nothing changes? Will you still be wondering, what if? Will you still be feeling like you have something valuable to share? You'll feel like you missed the moment to package your information. You'll feel like, man, there are people praying for the transformation that I can provide at ease. Is that something that you're going to be facing at the time? While other people are hesitating and overthinking, are you going to be the person that jumps in and goes with what Apostle Tommy calls the first mover's advantage? Someone that sees an opportunity, takes a hold of it, and runs with it. Someone that catches this wave before it hits. That's my question to you. So here's a couple extra things I want to tell you. Now, my promise to you, my guarantee to you was that you would leave with so much value and far more value than when you arrived. And here's how we're going to do that. Because I feel like you've already had that. Could be wrong, but let's just put the cherry on top. For everyone who joins today, everyone who joins today before we wrap up here, and that's not long. During this live session, you're going to get a session with Apostle Dan to help you discover and finalize your digital product idea. He's going to give you the direction. He's going to give you the roadmap. He's going to share exactly how you can get started. And that's that's separate from this challenge, by the way. It's a little bit deeper. This is where he'll like drill down into exactly what you should offer, your roadmap, create your personalized action plan, etc. If you join today as well, because we want to we acknowledge the first movers in the room. We want to congratulate you and reward you. If you need more time, take your time. That's totally fine. But for the people that do want to move fast, they want to capitalize on this opportunity, we're going to give you another bonus. Where's my bonus? I want to make sure I get the whole value stack in here. Okay, here we go. This is from Apostle Dan. So if you join today, Apostle Dan is going to throw in his Goshen Business Scaling Matrix course. Let me be honest, that's a course, by the way. It's not like a whole coaching program. It is a course. I was kind of trashing courses earlier. This is a full kit that Apostle Dan uses. It's his information, and there's some of Apostle Tommy in there as well, on how they have started and scaled 7-figure businesses. It's a full bonus. The value of it is well over $10,000, and they're going to throw that in for free for the people that hop in today. Some people say, can't wait. That's exciting. I'll see you in there. So if you join today, you're going to get $15,000 worth of additional value just for making a decision today. And it's not going to be available tomorrow. So those bonuses are gone tomorrow. You will not be able to get them tomorrow. Please, you can ask tomorrow, but the answer will be no. And don't break mine or Apostle Dan's heart by saying no. Okay. So in a minute, the team's going to drop the link. There's 1,500 spaces. Those bonuses are available today. You're going to see the complete program inside. You'll see, once you click the link, you'll see the payment options. You'll see everything that you need, all the information that I talked about, the guarantee. There are no terms to the guarantee, no terms as in the time limit or you have to do this 51 steps in order to qualify for the guarantee. There is none of that, for the record. I know some of you have seen that. Once you click that link, you then complete your enrollment, and you'll get immediate access to the private community, the AI tools. You get access to the bonuses immediately. So I want you to take a moment right now before we wrap up. I want you to think about your why. And I'm not just talking about the offer right now. I'm talking about your digital product. Why? Why are you here? What would having an extra $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 mean for your life? Would it mean, I want you to think about this, would it mean finally being able to travel like you've wanted to? I'm a big fan of traveling. Would it be having the freedom to serve in ministry? That's a massive one. I serve in ministry with Apostle Dan. Would it be freeing up your life to go and commit to that, committing to your assignment, to what you have? Would it be helping your adult children without feeling stretched thin? Would it be serving the demographic that you were called to serve in such a greater way? I want you to think about your why, and I want you to write down your why and bring it tomorrow, and we're going to dive straight into that. Now, the team is going to drop the link in under this video, and they're also going to drop the link in the chat. And I want you guys to count down with me. Can we do that together? Can you count down with me? I know there's a little delay, but that's okay. I want you to count down from 10 with me. And then they're going to drop the link, and then we're going to move on. I'll give you your workbook password, and we'll do the Q&A and everything. Okay, count down from 10. Here we go. 10, you'll have to count with me. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Link is dropped. That's for anyone who's jumping in today. By the way, you're still going to have access to the next 4 days of this challenge. If you don't join, it's not like we're suddenly shutting down the challenge. That's not happening. We're going to give you a ton of free value. If you are finding it hard to get access to that link, Dash, you could probably take this and put the screen on there. If you're finding it hard to find the link, I want you to go to joingoshen.com. That's a URL. You can type that into your browser, joingoshen.com, if you can't find the link. And that will take you straight there. Here's a couple steps that I want to leave you with. This is your homework for today. So for everyone that's joining, amazing, go fill that out right now. For everybody else that's not, here's some homework for you guys to do. First of all, step 1, write down your why. Not just I want to make money. Go deeper than that. What's the deeper reason to your why? What would financial freedom and purpose-driven work, what would be distributing the experiences and the testimony, the value that you have of your story? Remember, your experience is your expertise. What would that mean for you? Step number 2 is I want you to complete this sentence. Write this down. I wish there was, and this will be in your workbook, I wish there was a simple guide for people who blank, fill in the blank. I wish there was a guide for people who blank. I want you to fill in the blank with something you've personally experienced or overcome yourself. Step 3, I want you to ask yourself, what advice do people always come to me for? Often, this is the thing that people naturally ask you about, and it's exactly what you should be teaching. That's your homework for today, and you must bring that tomorrow because then we're going to use that to go deeper. So, if you do nothing else from today's session, do this exercise, and it will open your eyes to possibilities you might not even see right now. What I hope is going to happen, and I can almost promise this for some of you, you're going to leave this webinar, and you're going to start scrolling on social media, or you'll be on the internet, or you'll be doing whatever you're doing, and you're going to start to think about digital products. You're going to see someone filming a video about how they had this problem or they needed this thing, and you're going to think, I could do that. I could charge people money for that. I could do that. You're going to start seeing these opportunities everywhere, and I want you to bring that same excitement back to the call tomorrow. Okay, let me give you a really, really quick recap of what we learned today. First of all, where's my list? First of all, we covered why now is the perfect time for people like you to build a digital product business. I think I clicked something. Fine. Second of all, we talked about why AI really is, what AI really is, and how it can serve you and not replace you. How it can actually multiply your voice and multiply your message and not replace that message. Next, we talked about the specific challenges that people face and how we can actually solve them, and we're going to talk more about that over the next few days. And then we talked about a 3-step framework, which is also going to be, we're going to dive deep into that, and that is going to be discover, package, and distribute. That is your formula for this week to create your digital product. We also shared a ton of real examples of people succeeding without being traditional experts, which means we proved to you that it is possible. You cannot tell me now that it is not possible to launch a digital product. And if you say that, I'm going to probably say that you maybe weren't listening, and maybe you should watch the replay. Kindly, with much love.